find at a thrift store, or something old school you still own? Yes, put it in the chat. Welcome each and everyone to another Saturday Night Live with Posha Malcolm. Tonight, I have a fun story to share with you, one that took Andel and myself on a trip down memory lane. I was out thrifting yesterday when I found something for just $8. And let me tell you, it unlocked a world of memories. Can you guess what it is? Put it in the chat. So let me remind you and let me put the question in the chat. I want you to tell me what's the best thing you have ever found at a thrift store or something old school that you still own. And a thrift store is a place where you can get items that have been used before or items that a store no longer wants to sell, and they donate it to this thrift store that they can put a small value on it and sell it so that it can help our worthy cause. And this thrift store that I purchased this item from, it actually helps children. So think about that. Yes, it's for a worthy cause. So if there's a thrift store in your neighborhood, support them. Hi, Crazy Cat Guy, how are you? Welcome to Saturday Night Live. I'm giving you some heart for joining me tonight. We'll be talking about that thing that we don't want to give up. It's old school, but we don't want to give it up. Or maybe we found it in a thrift store like myself. So there's a question that I put in the chat. What's the best thing you have ever found at a thrift store or something old school you still own? How have your day been? Let me know in the chat how your day went today. All right, today it was raining where I am. It was raining, so we actually stayed. We woke up late and we decided to stay in. Oh, I know an item. Yes, you can share it in the chat with us. Yes, we are going to talk more about it. All right, so you can put it in the chat. So today for us, we actually got an opportunity to go back down memory lane, at least Andel's memory lane. So it was fun. It was fun and it ended on a wonderful note. So, this item caused us to have that good time together today, thinking about things that has passed. Yes, you can just put it in the chat, and anyone, you can put it in the chat. You can let us know that one item that you don't want to let go of, or that one item that you found and you have been, using it. So I was homeless. Oh, and I needed a backpack. I bought this old military bag from a homeless person for $15. Oh, that's a story. I would love to hear your story and how you overcome that, how you, go through that. Because let me tell you, I know about homeless persons. Back in Jamaica, the bag he sold me made me like $300. And that's a military bag. So it has different compartments. I can imagine even safety, secure compartments in there that you could snatch, put your cash or your little, items in there. So you sold back the bag for $300. Wow, that's a good amount. Yeah, it was a rucksack from Vietnam. Oh, interesting. I'm going to look that up and see what it looks like. So that's a R-U-C-K. C-K, sack. From the Vietnam War. Yes, I can imagine from, okay, I think it came up. It says, a bag with shoulder straps that allow it to be carried on someone's back, typically made of a strong waterproof material, widely used by hikers and backpack. Yes, so it's a backpack, but how it is no huge usual backpack like you'd get to carry to school like this. It's not something like this. It's something that is, imagine that to be something that they carry every little thing that they can carry in that bag, because they are hiking, they are moving, they are at war, they are, so they have to have their food, their covering, their, it was a typical rock. Okay. Okay. And it says, hi, peace, love, sunshine. You have been on my mind today, peace, love, sunshine. Yes, I said I want to give you some more hours. Yes, this week was truly a hectic one for me as well, because it's tax time right now and I'm putting stuff in place. I have a due date coming up this week, Monday, and I have another one that I have to complete before the week is out coming. So I hope everything is going good for you where, that is concerned. Yes, I had a waterproof bag in it. Yes, it's a waterproof. When you say a run sock bag, it is. It's, to me, I don't think it's just really normal when they talk about Vietnam, that sort of a thing. It's more something that is durable and something that is, have different compartments that you can put different things in. That's how I'm looking at it. Yes. So I have two of my usual persons who join my live on, and I just want to give them that shout out. Please check out Crazy Cat Guy channel. And if you see the cat that is there, look for that. All right. Because the last time I got mixed up. And I had to look back again and realize that this is not my Crazy Cat Guy, man. And when I look keenly, I realized, so look for the cat that is in the chat. And also check out Peace, Love, Sunshine. Yes, give her that boost that she need so that she can get her stuff sorted out properly. All right, everyone, thank you so much for that. Yeah, somebody bought it from me in Turkey. So that Crazy Cat Guy, you used to travel. Yeah? Because Turkey is, far. Yes. So, just so you know, my watch hours are what I thought, and I have a long way to go. Oh my gosh. Mine is long as well. But they have different monetization. So, for example, if you reach 3,000 watch time, you're allowed to get super chat, where you can do that. Is super chat and something else on your live, right? And then with when you reach the 4,000 watch hours, then you can say apply your video to where you can get something back from the ads that are shown on your video. So I don't know which one you're closer to, but I hope that we can help push you along. We can give you that support. The cat in the chat. Yes, the cat in the chat. Remember, the cat in the chat. That's what I use as my marker to find Crazy Cat, because I'd mixed him up with a guy the other day. And I said, no, this is not my Crazy Cat guy. And when I look back at the cat, I said, this is the right one. So give him your support. Please give these two wonderful persons that have been support to me, especially on my Saturday night live. I only have 871. I didn't know it didn't count my hours for my shorts. No, big. It doesn't. I have reached actually 1,000 watch hours in total, including shorts, but that does not go towards getting monetization on your channel, where you can get paid whenever an ad comes up and persons watch that ad. So it doesn't take into consideration our shorts, because I think with the shorts they also have the system for that, how they do that. Because with shorts, the music that we use, the person whose music we use, we have to be a part of that. So say 10 people use that music, all 10 of us have to contribute to that person getting paid royalty for that music that we use. So it's a little different from the long form videos. So the long form videos take a longer time for us to be able to be on that system. So that's really what happened, everyone, that yes, YouTube enable you to get monetized, so that whenever you persons watch your video, yes, if it did, I would have the yes, but don't continue doing your short form. So Peace Love Sunshine says, if it did, I would have 3,420 hours. So continue to do that. Continue to post on your shorts, because it does add up, especially with subscribers. Subscribers will always join the channel from shorts as well, but also that it's a different system and you will also benefit from that. But when it comes to long form, it's a little more challenging. So we'll just have to continue to work on that in getting those hours. So continue doing what you're doing, right? And if you can, put out a little bit more, that would help as well in terms of long form videos. If you can put out a little bit more and go live, in a little bit more, then that would help. But for me, I don't beat myself up anymore about, not reaching that, because it's a journey. Yeah, I need 3 million views in shorts for it to help. And baby love, I don't know how to get that. Unless the video goes viral. Unless the video goes viral, yes, then, we'll able to meet that. So I don't, stress myself up about it. I said it's a journey, it's a process, just like you go to a normal work. You're on probation for 3 months, and then when the 3 months is finished, then they do an evaluation. If you don't meet that evaluation, they ask you to go on another month or so. So it's a process, and over time we'll reach that requirement. Some persons reach it within even one day, because of the support that they get from other persons that are well established. Does that person enabling them to get those followers? So it's a journey to me. I also learned that I've messed up my live hours by making them private as soon as I end. By doing that, I lost hours. Oh, I have to be careful of that too. Wow. I think I have to look into that a little bit more as well. I have to look into that one. But I know that with live videos, immediately when we are finished, there are certain things that you don't get access to, like putting cards and endnotes on it, because they are processing your video to see if there's anything that is not a part of their policy. YouTube is strict. Persons watching may think it's just smooth, sailing. No, they have a process, they have a system, and they have to do what they do. They need to have them in a playlist as well. Yes, I do put my videos even before going on live. I put my video, like I have a video that says Posha Malcolm is live. So I have a playlist that with that heading. So whenever I'm putting everything in place to come on live, I tick that. I put the stream into that playlist so that it's all of them are in there. I've learned that it's the best way to do it, to put your videos in playlists. I even recently I've started about a month now putting my shorts into a playlist, because say somebody wants to, you know, have that just plain straight, just the shorts plain straight, they can get that opportunity. I don't think I have updated it in the system where you have customization, where you go in and you put it as a part of the list where persons can see, but I've been storing them in that. If you want it not to be public, make it unlisted and you won't lose ours. Yes. Oh, unlisted, yes, unlisted, not private. Okay, guys, unlisted, not private. So it gives you three things. Persons who don't know, you have public, where it's for everybody, unlisted, meaning you as the public cannot see, and you have private, that it is private to who you choose to um send it to. So it's a private to so and so, private to that person, or just you yourself. So it's not there upfront to everyone access. So those are the three options that we usually get. But if you need to know that if someone has a link or if they have a notification, they will still be able to see it. Yes, or even you, like your subscriber, that that's the private. So the subscriber has that. For example, they were watching the video before, they can continue seeing that video even when you go back, even when you finish your live, you can still get access to that video. And if you also send them that link that you have, once it's in private, you can all they can also watch that video. So I think we're on the right track. Peace, love, sunshine. I think so. Right. But YouTube is a university only when it's unlisted and not private. Oh, so when it's unlisted, I think I'm not remembering clearly then. So when it's unlisted, then okay, let me just check. Oh my gosh, I think I've gone through that. Hold on, let me just check something. It's good to that we communicate and talk and see. Okay. Oh, this is not going to show me. Okay, I would have to go in my system to see. Yeah. Okay, this is not going to show me what I'm looking for. Yeah. But you had it backwards. Okay. Okay, so it's the unlisted that you can send to persons that persons can watch once they're subscribers and they got that notification, they can still watch the video. But when it's private, no one at all can see it but you. Yeah, I think that is true. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is true. All right, so tonight, peace, love, sunshine, we're talking about things that we would find at a thrift store that we will buy, or something that we have, old school, but we don't want to see it go. So Crazy Cat Guy was saying that he bought a backpack. The name that he used was Russack. So he got that from someone who was homeless. And he shared other detail with us that he too was homeless. And to me, that's a journey, that's an experience, that's something that he can share And I'm so interested to know how that worked out. And then he told us that he sold it to somebody in Turkey. And I'm like, oh my gosh, all the way over Turkey. you know? So his life seemed to have been an interesting one. And one day I look forward to hearing your story, Crazy Cat Guy. Yes, one day I will look forward to it when you're ready. Yes, unbelievable, but it is true. Yes, yes, in our mind, we may think it's impossible, but trust me, anything in this life is possible. And Crazy Cat Guy has done it. Yes, he has done the impossible. And I say, kudos to you. Yes, you're on my life. That tells me that we can go through anything and still stand and still come through and still move forward and still make it and still have a future. Life may seem bleak sometimes, but check out Crazy Cat Guy, because tonight he has testified that life doesn't last one way or stay one way. No, we go through things, but things can turn better for us. Life can be different. It's not going to be all bad. We can rise above our circumstances, our situation. And me say, thank you. But I gotta say, thank you. Jamaican talk. You know, thank you so much for sharing those two things. It lodged in my brains. Yes. Because let me tell you, you see stories, you see encouragement, you see when persons share things with you, those things help to strengthen and empower me whenever I'm feeling down, whenever I'm feeling out. God bring back to memory and say, remember, remember, remember. Right? And so it is encouraging. So thank you so much. And for me, something bad happened in my life. Yes. And I never held my head down. No, I held my head high. It's your story, not somebody else. They don't, for one, know the full story. They never feel your emotions. They never experience the loss, the pain, the hurt. They don't know what you go through. Only you know, right? Some persons may understand and they may have gone through similar circumstances, right? But they don't know your story. Your story belongs to you. So never hold your head down, no matter what happened to you, no matter the worst things ever happened to you. And they would say the most disgraceful thing that have ever happened to you. Don't hold your head down, hold your head up high. Look others in the eye. Look at them. Because what you have gone through, they could never last a day in it. Me wrong or me right? Let me know in the chat. you know, it's just what it is. We rise above our circumstances and we do good to ourselves. Thank you so much, peace, love, sunshine. And I really, really big up Crazy Cat Guy. Yes. Thank you so much. You share something that will stuck with me in my brains and give me encouragement. And I like that. So please, who are watching, put a thumbs up. Yes, for Crazy Cat Guy. Thank you so much. So let's move on. Let's go into it. All right, we have a very interesting, and I know you more than likely is associated with this. So you say, Peace, Love, Sunshine says, you are inspiring talk. Thank you for that. Yes, you know, I've been through a lot. I've been through some stuff that I should have been mad, but by the grace of God, I will never go mad. But I'll be full of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Yeah? Because others need to be there as an encouragement, as a support. Yes. RJ Mackenzie, hello Posha, hello RJ. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, yes, peace, love, sunshine. So we have RJ Mackenzie joining us. And I just want to tell you, I'm just going to put it in the chat again. What's the best thing you have ever found at the thrift store? How are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm so happy to be here, RJ. I'm really happy to be here to, talk, interact, and encourage and share, that we share with each other and encourage each other, and just tell us some things that happen throughout my day, and also to unveil this thing shortly of that item, that old school item, that I found in the thrift store, that bring back a lot of memories. Yes. So how you doing? Let me know in the chat how you're doing. The quilt that is on my bed right now. All right, I know quilt. So quilt is different pieces of material that have been put together to make a beautiful spread. And I love to see that. Yeah, so that's nice. That's really nice. When I went to the thrift store, I saw this lady, and she had on this coat. It has like fur around the neck, and it was like brown, like a coat, and she had it on. I thought she walked in the store with it. And I see the lady take it off and just put it on the counter for cashing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought it belonged to her. But she paid for it, so it did belong to her after. It's pink and purple, and it's so soft. It's a crochet quilt. Oh, that someone made. Oh, that's nice. I need to look that up. Anything curious to the mind, I just look up and get a picture of it. Yes, I own VHS of classic Disney movies that were not thrown away. I have them in my basement. Don't throw them away. There's vintage. That's so nice. You have a classic set. Nice. Yes, the VHS. I don't know if everybody remember that. Put it in the chat. Yes, if you remember the VHS. All right. So let's see. I want to see how that crochet look. T quilt. All right. So, wow. Wow. Wow, look at this one. Oh, I don't know. Can you see it? Oh, let me see if I can go. This one is beautiful. I can imagine the purple and the pink. Because the purple and the pink is close, but that's like a different shade. Yes, it's beautiful. And it's crochet. That's expensive too. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. And look at this one. I don't know if you're seeing it. This is a different design. Wow. And this one is on the bed. Oh, girl, that looks good. I can imagine the pink and yes, that it that it, but different, yes, different shade, the pink and the purple, they're soft. So I can, imagine how that looks. Nice. Great. So RJ says that he owns a VHS classic Disney movies. You know what I picked up in the thrift store? So my thrift store treasure is a DVD player. So RJ, you need to go to the basement. No, this is a DVD player. You have a VHS. Yes, so this is a DVD, and I think it plays CD as well. Yes, CD slash DVD player. Yes, this one. So this is how it look. Can you believe it? It feels like it hasn't been used in 2 centuries. Spotless. I tell you, look at it. It looks brand new, like it wasn't touched. And yes, guys, the cost is still on there. $8. Yes, $8. Can you imagine? So Peace, Love, Sunshine says, and it's really big too. If I would have got it new, it would have been over $100, and I only paid $12. Ah, you see? So sometimes you get some stuff in the thrift store that is very cost effective. Yes. RJ says, yes, that's awesome. I need a DVD player too. I am collecting DVDs. To my godmother gave me a VHS player. So you have a VHS player, but now you need a DVD. So guess what? You may have to go to a store. Go to a thrift store. I love thrift stores. Yes, because you can find a lot of items. Let me tell you, as I said, I'm not I'm not going to be ashamed of going through a thrift store, because there are some items that you're not going to get regularly that you may need. So when you go to the thrift store, you find stuff like these that you need. What happened, why I actually got this, was that I went to the library and I saw a CD that I wanted to listen to, but when I got home, the thing here only plays CD. It doesn't play DVD. So I said, these things are outdated, right? So where can I get a DVD? And this person go to the thrift store. So there's one in the area of a supermarket. So I wanted to go to the supermarket yesterday. So when I have to pass it before going to the supermarket, is a plaza. And I went into the thrift store and I asked the lady if there's any DVD. She said, yes, there is, several. I should check out that section. And I went and I checked it out and I saw this little cute one. I said, this looks like me. I saw some that were pretty, let me show you, that were pretty big, right? So RJ says, peace of sunshine, same. I am young, but I feel old just by going through thrift stores. Toronto has a lot of old shops that also offers these items. I didn't know. I didn't know that. That's interesting. So nothing wrong with going to thrift store. So Peace, Love, Sunshine says you should never be ashamed of that. You are actually doing something good for the environment. True, recycling for sure. I can say Peace, Love, Sunshine. And she says, just think it could be in a dump, better in your house. Yes. And as I said before, yes, RJ said same. Peace, Love, Sunshine says same to RJ. You see, these thrift stores, they help persons who are in need. This particular thrift store helps children. I researched them. because one of the managers there had asked me to do a piece, but because the what do you call it, winter had come in and then back and forth, I was just doing a lot of stuff. I didn't get the chance to go back to do it. So I said, okay, this year I'm going to do it, because I was researching them to, do my thing. And I learned that they help children. So all thrift stores, most times they help persons who are in need or for a worthy cause. So if you can support them one way or another, why not? And the items won't end up in a dump. They'll be continued to live their life in your house. Yes. So this is it. Yes, and it's easy to use. It's not hard. Right here, you have the button you press for it to come out. It comes out here, and then you have play, and then you have stop. And this little button here turns it on and off. So it's pretty easy to use, and it sits perfectly. So, it's not hard to use. But the only thing, you have to have a, what they call it, HDMI port, a HDMI port. Most times you find it at the back of a computer, and you can also find it at the back of the TV. So you connect it using this port right here, along with the same port, the same size at the back of the TV. So RJ says on Bloor Street, there is a shop called BMV Books. It's a bookstore that they sell records, DVDs, and some VHS. That's good. And vinyl, I don't know if you know, it used to be, even before these, a big recorder. So this is a recorder, right? But but the vinyl is like 10 times the size. Yes, pretty large, and you can get some long time music from that. But let's go in. Let's go into it. So anyone that is in the Toronto area, you can actually check out BMV Books, and you get your records that's on sale, and DVDs and VHS. And vinyl is making a comeback. Yes. But I knew someone, like, they play only vinyl at their, it's like a restaurant, a pub. It's like a restaurant, not a restaurant. It's like where you can go and relax, unwind after work and stuff like that, and listen to music and drink. And I think they have a little dance floor and stuff, and person go there and go. So I had a friend who is always there. He works nearby, and I, like, one or two occasions, I would go there, not to hang out, but whenever I need to go to speak to him or something like that, I would go there. But as I said, it's like, how many times I've ever been there? Probably 5 times, like in that place, probably about 2 times. So it's not somewhere that I really go, but I've gone there, and you know, I've seen the setup and all of that. And that's what they play. Just vinyl music. Yeah. RJ, that was yesterday. So RJ said before, as someone who loves history, I cherish these things. I love history too. The items in a thrift store are reusable artifacts. Good word, because the 80s and 90s were not that long ago. And then Peace Love Sunshine says, RJ, that was yesterday. But times fly. Well, it's so interesting. We move from vinyl to VHS to CDs and DVDs. Yeah, and now we're at the digital era where we can come and do live. Imagine that. you know. Imagine that. Really interesting how life has evolved. When I think about it, what did persons way back then used to do for entertainment? And okay, so in the chat, Peace, Love, Sunshine says, I am not an artifact. I am not an artifact. Thank you. Oh my goodness. That's a funny one. That's a good one. Oh gosh, I like that. I enjoy that response. Good vibes. You know what they used to do way back then. You know what I think? They used to tell stories, and that was all things used to pass along. Culture, heritage, you know, um, history, and all of that. So RJ said that he was born in 2002. So I am caught between the past and the now. But it's good that you actually feel that, nostalgic, even though you have never really experienced it, but you can just imagine. And that's what history does. It takes us back into the future, into the past, where we can imagine, where we can relive. And then what do we do with that? We make the future better. Sometimes we create, sometimes we encourage, sometimes we enhance something that has been created before. So it's all a process of learning, a process of contributing and stuff like that. So that is, you know, pretty good. Yeah, where's my crazy cat guy? I hope you're still on. But if you have stepped away, I hope you come back soon. So we're going to continue because guess what? In ancient Rome, RJ says, in ancient Rome and Greece, sword fighting and wrestling was the entertainment. Yes, they used to do that. Um, in Greece, they used to have the, oh my gosh, I know Andel would remember this. Would that place that they would be slant like this? So in the middle would be the arena. It would be like oh gosh, the name is right there in my mind, but it's not coming on my lips. And so you it's like a stadium. So you have people above and then in the middle. Colosseum, that is the word, yes. So they have the Colosseum where persons would fight, literally fight to the death. Oh my gosh. And sometimes they have to contend with animals or somebody who is much bigger and powerful. Yeah. But doesn't it feel good when that person who is the underdog rises above to defeat the one who seems to be more powerful? But then that shouldn't be, because that's unequal, right? So back then, the entertainment used to be pretty harsh, in ancient Rome and Greece. Yes. And the Gladiator, I have watched that movie. That's something that is pretty. Yes. I don't know if I've watched it to the full. Yeah. Yes, really gruesome. So I don't know because I love to watch movies and I learn something from it. So if I watch a movie and I'm not really learning anything, I'm not going to continue watching it. I remember going to the theater to watch Matrix. And I was in there for about between 15 to 30 minutes. And I'm like, what is this? I don't like this. This is just not, making sense to me because I have to reason out the thing. Yeah. And when I analyze it, I said, this doesn't profit me. And I just walked out. I just walked out. Yes, I have to watch movies that give me some life lessons, something, that give me an experience. It may not be for me as well as it may be. So, and then Peace, Love, Sunshine says, I need to go walk my dog. It's getting late. Please do. Please do. The metrics. So, Peace, Love, Sunshine, if I don't see you, if I don't hear from you again for tonight, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful walk with your dog and enjoy the fresh air, especially for both of us. Enjoy the fresh air and thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. All right. And RJ says the metrics is complex, but it's deep. It is. And I think at the time when I was watching it, I wasn't in that frame of mind to analyze it like that. To wait for everything to all make sense. And as I said, at the moment, peace, love. Okay, RJ is saying peace, love, sunshine. Have a good night and enjoy the warm weather. Oh yes, yes, it's getting nice. Yes, so yeah. Peace, love, sunshine says, thank you. It's raining here. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Have a wonderful night. And remember, carry your umbrella because you don't want to get any cold tonight. But do enjoy your walk with your dog. And tell us the name of your dog so that we can, know next time. All right. Take care. Peace, love, sunshine. Wonderful to have you tonight. Yes, RJ. It was complex. And I don't think I was in that level of maturity to really sit down and watch it through for it to make sense. So for that, Peace, Love, Sunshine says, it's not warm here yet, but thank you, RJ. Have a wonderful evening. Wonderful. All right. So that's it for peace, love, and sunshine. Check out our channel, RJ, and everyone who are here. Everyone here, please check out our channel so that she can be encouraged in her YouTube journey. Really do appreciate that. And we're going to go a little bit more into this DVD, right? So with Andel and I, we spend some time watching, a nature DVD, which is this one. It says, The Secret of Life on Earth. So when I went to the thrift store, I needed something to try to see if this DVD works. So they have a section where you can literally plug in the DVD in to a monitor, and it goes, and you put in the DVD in there, and it will show whether it's working or not. Usually they test it before, but they give you also that opportunity to test it yourself. So I choose this one and I tested it, this one, and I tested it. So this is the DVD and this is the casing. And I tested the DVD and it worked beautifully. So I just took it home. It's $2. So in all, I spent $10 for the DVD and also this. And I have a lot of DVDs that I took up with me from Jamaica. I have a lot of them here. A lot of DVD players, DVDs and stuff. And I have not been, using them because I realized that the DVD is not working. So because of that, long long time ago, I didn't use it, but I forgot that the CD that we have, the CD player didn't play DVD. So I took home the DVD with me from the library, and then realized that I don't have nothing to play it with. So periodically I would go to the thrift store to see if they have any DVD, because I knew before that they usually carry DVDs, but I didn't need it before, in my mind, thinking because these DVDs that I had when I just came, I'd put them away because I didn't have any DVD player. I never thought that I could get any. So that's what happened. And then I remember that I had them when I got this DVD player. So now I can, play them. So it's always good if you have those DVDs around, that you go to the thrift store somewhere, or even probably ask someone if they have any that they're not using, so that you can get those things from them and enjoy yourself, right? Because they used to. So RJ says, that's great. DVDs will give things that streaming services won't, like bonus features. Yes, at the ending. True. And when I used to go to the movies and never get up and leave immediately, I always stay back and waiting, because at the end they always give you that bonus clipping. Have you ever experienced it? I don't know, but share it in the chat if you do. Share it in the chat, because that's what they do at the ending of most of them. They always show you what went wrong, or they show you a moment when they're actually doing it, different little pieces, a jokify section that you watched before, and then you see the actors when they start to crack up about it, and little stuff like that. So I always like that. I always like to sit and wait until everybody gone and get the little part, the juicy part that they save for the last. Yes. So get your DVD player, man. Only $8. This one is only $8. And as I said, I really needed one, and it was there, and it was the only small one that was there. They had big ones like this size, and I thought that was too big. I couldn't even carry that home. So I was able to get this small one, and it worked perfectly. And that led us into some great memories down Andel Lane, because we were able to see videos that he did from 2006. And I was videoing from 2006. I think even before that, but 2006, I remember seeing 2006. It's straight up to 2013. Yes. So RJ says, I'm not against online streaming, since I do too, but there is a magic to VHS and DVDs, because it's vintage. It's, as I said, it's in the past. It's something that you can actually manage yourself in terms of. So the difference, because Andel and I were discussing it as well. So with DVDs, you have that in your control. You can plug it in, you can put in the DVD, and you can watch whenever you feel like, right? It's there. You can watch it many times, and you have that control. But with online streaming now, the person who is streaming it can stop streaming it, and you no longer have that. But with DVDs and VHS, you always have that. So that's one of the major differences that we saw with having it. And as I said, it really takes you down history, down memory lane. You can look back, because the videos that we were watching was really memory lane way back then, that we could actually put in and watch. It's there at your disposal. Yes, online, it's more high tech. Most times you can literally get better qualities, because even with this one, the quality was really, in some parts, bad. And what we have now is so much better. My GoPro is 4K, and it takes much better even than the phone that I have. Better quality than the phone that I have. So as we go along, we see how things have changed, but then it does give you that control that you will always have this. Your next generation can come and have it. Online, the person can take down their video if they choose, or YouTube can take it down if they feel like it. So you see the difference? One that it belongs to you forever. The other one, you're watching someone else's video that you can't control. They can remove that at any time. So that's a major difference. But the quality on online streaming is so much better most times. So much better, right? So we have to accept both worlds. As you say, you're in the middle, and we appreciate both. We appreciate both of them. Let me know what you think in the chat. Let me know. So I want to ask you this question. Did you ever have a favorite VHS movie or one you watched over and over? I'm not sure if I have a favorite one. DHS. I put it in the chat. So RJ says, true, I remember I could not access a website that allowed me to see a lot of cartoons, but it's gone. Yes, it's gone. So that's the difference. But if you had bought that CD or that VHS, you would always have it. Unless something goes bad with the taping on the VHS, you know? But that's what it is. You have to give and take. You know, it's good this way, it's bad that way. Something's good this way, something's bad that way. So we appreciate both worlds and try to utilize them to the best of our ability. Right? We appreciate them. Just like this evening, we're able to go down memory lane. We're able to look at his past. He had a business in Montreal, and I was able to look and see the shop, the item stock on the shelf, the different things that he sells. We're able to see all of that. Just, see how life was for him. Then we move on to another scene where he is with his family, his sons, his ex-partner. Those things are beautiful. When you see all of those things, you can appreciate where he was back then and what he has made for himself, So it's just it's just amazing to see how we can transit from different stages, different places in time. You ever imagine people used to live outside? Now we have towers, so it's like that. So we're going to continue. It's really amazing to see how technology has changed. It has really changed drastically. Now we're in the machine age, where it's the machine that is running things. What do you think about that, RJ? Let me know in the chat. And as you come, persons, as you join us, you can, share with us that one thing that is, way back then that you've found, you found in a thrift store or you have at home that you don't want to give up. I found the CD player in the thrift store. And I've also, went back down memory lane. So RJ says, I don't really have a particular favorite, and that is movie. But when I was little, I watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy without my mom's notice because she thought it was scary. It scared me, but it didn't. So she was afraid that you would be scared of watching those kind of movies, but you did it behind her back. How was it? It wasn't scary. What, did you enjoy it? I think I've seen Lord of the Rings like trailers, but I don't fool around, those things. I know I've watched Harry Potter, I think one, but because of how it is, I just think it's too much, you know, magical stuff in there. So I don't watch those things. I love it. I love the knights and castles. Ah, I get you. As children, those things were captivating. I do understand. And so you watched it and you enjoyed it. Everyone have their different tastes, their different things that they like, and that was something that you liked and you wanted to see. So kudos to you. Sorry for laughing. Sometimes I do, crack up, but it's a part of me um, having that pleasantness, and it's just me. I like to smile. I like to be happy. As one lady say, I love life. I love life. Yes. I think the world of Harry Potter is cool. I am into fantasy. Yes, you must be. But I'm not into that type of fantasy. I think it's too strong of a fantasy, you know. But everyone have their, as I said before, have their likes and dislikes. Somebody will like me laughing, while somebody don't like it at all. So everyone have their thing that they like. And Harry Potter, as I said, it's just that to me it's a little bit too strong of a magical world. But then it's not like the little Disney, where you have those little butterflies and those little nice little sparky creatures. It's not like that. And some persons love that, while some persons like Harry Potter kind of thing. So you like the fantasy of like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and stuff like that. And do you know they have the books? Thick, thick. They have the books, and persons do read them. Yes, and also watch the movies too. So, RJ, I don't mind your laugh. Have you ever thought of watching documentaries of the African diaspora? We do watch documentaries, African documentaries. We do a lot of that. We watch a lot of YouTubers who showcase Africa. I don't know if you know Wadamaya, if you know Ayamara. You have several of them, but those two and you have in Jamaica, we have Kino Live in Jamaica. Yes. So we do watch African documentaries, African YouTubers and places. We love history. We love to, know. We rarely watch movies, rarely do it. We tune in to things that can educate us, can give us information and stuff like that. That's what we have always, since we have been together. He does it, I used to do it. So coming together, we do a lot of that. So yes, we do watch documentaries. And this is like a documentary. The only thing I don't like about this is that they said that how the world came into existence. I don't agree. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But the footage, some of the things that are in here, I've not seen on YouTube. So, yeah, some plants and creatures. Yes. So that made this CD interesting for me. I imagine I just paid $2 for it. Unbelievable. But it to me it's an investment, because it also gives me a creative idea about my relaxing music. Did you know that there are Black people in Mexico and Colombia I got a film I can share. Yes, you can share it. You can send the link and I'll watch it for real. You can share the link. I don't know if I'll watch it tonight, but I'll watch it in the upcoming week. And then next Saturday night, I can talk about it. So, yes, bring it on. And please, RJ, check out my friend's Crazy Cat Guy. Just look in the chat after you're finished and just look for that cat and just tune in to his channel for me and support him, as well as Peace, Love, and Sunshine. Peace, Love, Sunshine. They are always on my live, and I really appreciate that. Right, so we are continuing. Just a look at some comparison. What about cassette versus cassettes, tapes, and Walkman versus digital playlists and Bluetooth speakers? Right? So I don't know if you remember cassette or if you know cassette. Cassette is like the VH where you have that little part that sometimes you use your finger and turn the reel that is inside to get to the music section that you want on that tape. Yes, so it says that you have the cassette tapes and the Walkman. And the Walkman, yes, my grandma has those. Oh, nice, grandma. Grandma fill you in. That's nice. Yes, grandma would use to those. And you have the Walkman you used to put over your ears until they have the, oh my gosh, there's another one. Oh, oh, yes, this is a cassette. Yes, thank you, Andel. So, Andel brought a cassette to me. All right, so this is how it looks. So, if you have never seen a cassette before, this is a cassette. All right, so in here is the reel, and you have the part. As I say, you push your finger here, you can use it, or so. It's or sometimes what we do is put a pencil and we go like this and we reel it back up because sometimes it goes out of winding. You see that a while ago? You see the part that comes over too much, so we'll put it back into alignment by doing that. So this is how it looks. If you have never seen one before, yes. And sometimes what the guys used to do is to unscrew it and fix this because sometimes it bends, it twists, and they will screw these parts out and fix it and put it back in our brand new cassette. And this is a cassette player. I have one. Hold on. I have a cassette player too. At least Andel cassette player. Okay, I'm moving some stuff so I can get it. And guys, I said I walk with my CDs from Jamaica. Here they are. These are in bags. So I'm really happy that I invest in the DVD player. So I'm showing you the player. If you have never seen one, this is what we call a radio or a CD player. This one has a CD player. Let me see if it can open. Uh-oh. I'm trying to see how I open it again. Okay, let's see. Oh, no. Oh, it's not turned on. It's not plugged in. I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to plug it in. This is a long time thing, you know. Long time thing. So, okay. So it has the CD, the cassette as well, the tape. So it says tape and CD. Oh, something is in there. Oh, that's the tape. Oh, that's the CD. So you go like this. I'll push it back in. Let's see. All right, so this is a CD. Right, put it back in. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we can play it. No. Okay, so this is come out. Ooh, malfunctioning. See, it's coming out. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So this one is say no disc, but disc is inside, but I don't know why it's not playing. It's not playing. No. It's not playing, but at least you get to see it, how it looks. Yes. So the CD down here and the tape up here, and you play, change the different settings. And then you have the antenna. You remember the antenna? Yes, the antenna. And you stretch it all the way up so the signal can be strong. Yes, I usually listen to the radio from this. Yeah, but haven't listened in a while because I listen to my relaxing music. All right, so we unplug. Yeah, so see, that's old school. So, what do you think about that? So, we had the radio, we had the Walkman. You put that over your ears and you go anywhere with it. My parents have owned a similar radio like the one you showed in our house, but it's broken. Yes, this one seemed not to be working, but I know the radio, on a good day, it picks up some stations very good. But the CD, it seems as though it's not playing right now. And I've never tried the tape section. No. So we still keep it, right? Until it's done. Yes. So this is a tape, and this is what they normally would put it in. Some have different colors. Yeah. And then we have the CDs as well, right? So things that we used to have versus what we have now. We used to have the tape, the cassette tape, and now we have the digital playlist on our channel. We just play, just select that playlist, and it just play all the music in that play on that playlist, and that's it. No more cassettes, no more tapes. What do you think about that? Is it easier, or you would have preferred us continue with the tape? So the question I'm gonna ask is, what was the first cassette or CD you ever owned? What was the first cassette or CD you ever owned? I'm trying to remember about that. I don't know. I don't remember the cassette that I've ever owned or CD. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I remember. I remember. So I used to work at this place that used to evaluate vehicles. That was my first permanent job, right? As a young woman in my 20s. And they used to do investigation of accidents. And so this gentleman that became a part of the company, he was listening to a Christian CD, and it was a popular song that used to play on the radio. And I said to him, I would love to get a copy of that. And he brought a copy to me. And that was my first CD. That was my first CD. Yes. Do you know the first CD your grandmother owned or your parents? You can let me know, RJ. Yes. So that's the first one that I own. And I really did love the songs on it. They were really encouraging. My first cassette was none. Gosh, in the 2010s, things like that were no longer a thing. I know. I know. Okay, I'll move on to the next one. Landline phones and phone books versus smartphones and Google. So you, RJ, are in the smartphones and the Google, and I am in the landline phones and the phone book. The phone books thick like no, thicker than this. Let me say. Yeah, man. It used to be a little bit thicker than this. The phone books. And in there you have the business and you have the private. So if you have a private landline, it's going to come in the private section. Yes, they tell you the name and they tell you the telephone number. And at the front where you have the business, you tell you every business in Jamaica that register with them, because I think they had to pay to have their name, their business in. I think so. That's how they actually made their money. I'm trying to remember the name of the company that used to do it, but it was pretty thick. So RJ says, "Oh my gosh, don't get me started on the phone book. I think my parents kept one in our basement back at our old house in Mississauga." Yes, it was thick. So RJ has seen one. It was thick. As I said, nearly every business was in that. And then you have the private landlines. You could find it because we used to own a telephone. You remember the days when we used to go to the phone booth and make a call? We used to have to go to the phone booth, put in money, and you were able to make your call. And when the money run out, the call done. Mm-hmm. And people used to stand in the line waiting to make their call. And then the house phone came, and you can make the call. So we used to have the house phone. It was insane. We never thought so, though. We never knew anything else. We would have to just stand and wait. So if it's in the rain, you would have to stand and wait. But what I'm talking, from my experience, it was in Jamaica. In Jamaica, we used to have cable and wireless. And cable and wireless used to set up at different communities, different locations. And I remember the one in Kingston. If you go there right now, I think you can find those 3 old ones. They don't use them. I think they have been vandalized as well. But you can see the old frame and everything right there, the shell. You can see right there. I don't think they have moved them from there. Yes. Can you imagine making a call in the cold winter? Yes, even in rain back in Jamaica, you have your umbrella and you wait till your turn. Mm-hmm. People used to love it because it's a means of communicating. And then, as I said, we moved to the house phone, where phones start to be in your house now. And let me tell you something, the bill would start to climb. And when the bill start to climb, you know what happened? Phone cut off if you can't pay. So you know what my parents did? One and only Venus, Isis, phone booth man. So that's my sister, one and only Venus. She's in Jamaica. First time I see her on my live. Welcome, Venus. Welcome to my live chat. Glad to have you. If you remember anything about the phone booth, yes, you can share it. I'm just like a bus by you. Uh, I was just going to talk up the things to RJ and my viewers about you. So let me continue. So the phone bill used to climb. So my parents, they made a special box because they weren't sure who was running up the phone bill. Remember when I ran up the bill? Hello, one and only Venus. RJ says, nice to meet you. Yes. So my sister started a YouTube channel, but she hasn't been posting because she didn't have a proper phone. So her phone had some malfunction on it. Yes. So hopefully she will, start her channel again. She's into the farming and also the herbs. So we'll see about it. Hello, Auntie Portia. I don't know who RJ. Hi, RJ. Hi, Auntie Portia. I'm watching your live right now. So is this Yannick, or is this Jay, or is this Risana? Let me know which one of you watching, because it must be one of the three. All right. So I think it's Yannick, because she said, remember when I ran up the bill? So all of them. Oh, it's all of us. So wonderful. It's me, Mikhail. All right, Mikhail, welcome to my live chat. That's my nephew. Big up yourself. Nice to have you on my live. Nice to have all of you. I really appreciate it so much. Yes. All right. Thank you for the heart, the love. So my parents, they bill something and put the phone, the old families here. Yes, RJ, I feel good enough. I feel good enough myself. I feel very good to have them here. All right. Thank you so much for the heart and the love. Yes. So they made, let me tell you how big this thing was. It was probably a little bit bigger than this. You remember, Yannick? And it was a box that actually had a key, a slot. So you lock it down, and you couldn't lift up the handle of the phone without that being released. So they padlock it, they lock it up, lock up the phone, because they weren't sure who was making all those phone bills, who was, to the roof. Yeah, a lot of money, and we weren't sure what was going on because who we have to call. Yeah, like that. But it was my sister. She confessed. She confessed that she was the one that run up the phone bill long after. I think years after, right? She confessed. So that's what they used to do. So they bill parents, they used to bill that thing. This is interesting. This to me is so foreign. It is. But they used to lock up the house phones because remember, it's exposed to all the family members. And one person can rank up the phone bill and then the parents have to pay. That's what happened with my household. We weren't sure who was, calling so many people. And my parents built that box and put it over the phone with the key. So if you're going to make a call, they have the key, you ask their permission and they will pull it and you will able to use the phone. So at least they know when it comes that it was you that spoke, call that number and all of that, so they can track it and keep it. And I guess with technology now, with smartphones in the hands of children, you have to watch the phone bill. You also have to watch the sites that they are going on. So parents have to be even probably twice as harder, have to work twice as harder to secure their children. making sure that they're not going on sites and places that they're not supposed to. So it's more risky now having a smartphone and even access to Google than it was to have a landline phone and a phone book. You imagine that? And then we're going to, I'm just reading my question. I don't know, my sister, you don't have to tell me, but do you still remember any phone numbers from back in the day? Because I know we're all about smartphones now. Everybody have their own personal numbers. But you remember any of those phone numbers? Because I can't remember one. So we're going to move on. And it's just, this is going to be, I think, the last one, because we touch on the cassettes, we touch on the DVD player, we touch, yes, you remember? No. Yes. How do you get all those numbers and compose them into a book? Yes, they did it. They literally put it. What was the name again, Yannick, of that phone book company? Is it Cable Wireless still? That was the name of the phone book, but I can't remember if it is or if there's another name for the phone book. We're almost done. We're almost done still. I know we have been on for a while, but we're at the last one. Photo albums and film cameras versus digital photos and cloud storage. Let me go again. So we have the photo albums and film cameras versus digital photos and cloud storage. So RJ, you may be able, and my little nephew Michael and Reese, you may be able to can tell me about the digital photos and the cloud storage, how you feel about that versus photo albums and film cameras. I can talk about that, but let me hear from you, RJ, and the others, what you think about that. The digital versus the photo albums. Photo albums, you, my husband carry a photo album. So this is our wedding photo album. And in it, you have literally places where you can put the pictures, right? So you can put the pictures in there. So this is what they call a photo album. But you have different sizes. You have some smaller ones for 4x6, and then you have bigger ones, and then you have some almost big like this. So you have different sizes of photo albums, and that's what persons used to take the picture. And you had the ones that it literally comes out of the machine. You have to flash it. Yeah, you have to flash it so that it dry. And then you have a little white strip where you write a thought or say this is Posha at her wedding or something like that. Yes. So you had that one, and then they upgraded to click, click, click. Yeah, I don't have one right now. You just press down that little button at the top and it click, and then you carry it. But most times there's a photographer that used to take these pictures and develop them, right? RJ says digital photo albums are inferior in comparison to photo albums because that's where you store all your ancestry. That is, to me, is sacred. Oh, I feel good about that you have said that. Oh, I like you, RJ. Yes, the only thing about it is that sometimes, my sister may remember this one, sometimes the photos can deteriorate. Because if you look, because of the sun, you find that here and some other places are becoming washed out or becoming disfigured. But This is my dad, my mom, my sister, and myself. Yes, I used to be very skinny. Also, my sister. Oh my gosh, my sister had one of the most beautiful belly I've ever seen. One of the most beautiful bellies I've ever seen. Yeah, round and soft and nice, and I used to just lie down like a pillow on it. I don't know if you remember. And Tati, I have to check her again. I have to check her. I never checked her. Yes. So RJ says, I'll admit the process for a physical photo can take long, but it's worth it. Yes, you have it with you. Anything can go wrong digitally. So you have it with you. I have my aunt's photo album, and in it are the pictures of my great grandmothers on my mother's side. Wow! 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 That's nice. That's memorable. You know, you just bring me back way. Yeah, great grandmother. You know, going way back, you can see they're not there with you now because they're probably passed even before you were born, but you can see them. You can literally see how they look if you have the same features. If you stand like, you know, how they stand up, you know, that's really nice. That's really nice. I like photos because the ones that you can print and keep. Even while I have digital photos, there are some at times some pictures I'll just say I need to develop this. I need to get a live copy of it. I want to see it. Okay. So on my wall, I don't even have it now. I don't know if I can show you. Maybe out of place. Sorry about that, guys. But on my wall, looking on my wall, I print not in pictures, but I actually print from the computer to the printer on letter size pictures and put on my wall so I can see. And there's a picture of myself, a picture of my dad. And that is my motivation, my picture to show where I'm coming from, right? My dad, to know, is my father. My mom is not there, right? But my mom is right here, and my mom is right. Let me show you. And my mom is right here, right closer in front of me. Yes, I show Reese Miss Marcia's mother, her great. Um, so before we have RJ said both of them died way before I was born, but it was beautiful to see their faces and see what they looked like. I can imagine that. Beautiful, beautiful. It's a wonderful experience when you can see them. Even sometimes you know, see history. You see it in black and white, and you see, you know, certain things in history, especially Black History Month, and they're showing some things back then, and you just look and you're amazed. You can imagine your own family, your lineage, your ancestry. You can see what they look like. That's nice. So one and only Venus says, I showed Reese, Miss Marcia mother, her great grandmother on a photo the other day. Photos are the best. Yes. And she also said, and her grandmother at her age. What? Whoa. Did they look alike? Did they have any same features or anything like that? Let me know in the chat, you know, how they look. If they look like each other or if they have any similarities, you know, any, you know, anything that you can say, yes, she has some feature of her grandmother or great grandmother. Those things are priceless when you can experience that. As I said, I was watching today some footage of Anders' life, long before knowing me. And I enjoyed them so much. It was about family, it was about his journey, it was about how he looked back then. I said, how you look back then versus how you look now are totally different. Just like with a friend of mine, she showed me some pictures of how she used to look. Yeah, photos. And then how she look now, so different. But it's the same. You can see the features, you can know that this is a person, but they have grown into a different, you know um or we say that countenance, their countenance is so different. And it's just remarkable how that is. So RJ says, I got a question. Have you done a DNA test? If not, do you know your family's roots? Because in Jamaica, everyone is mixed up. And my sister may be able to answer that question, but I'm going to say yes. I have not done a DNA test, but I know my roots. African descendant. I'm also, what do you call it? Indian descendant. Yes. And also European. That's what you call it, Yannick, European descendant. So my grandfather, great grandfather, is European, Scottish, right? Still European, right? And my grandmother, by my dad's side, has Indian in her. Her grandmother, her mother has Indian in her, and also my grandmother by my mother's side is black. So my mom is black, my dad is mixed. Do you know your roots? Have you ever done a DNA, RJ? So yes, me mix and blend up. Yeah, I'm mixed, and I appreciate every facet of me and every facet of where I'm coming from. And that's why I believe that there is so much love. And the remarkable thing is that we grew up not to know partition, not to know, okay, because yes, I did a DNA test, and let me know what it says if you wish to share. So, I grew up with parents that never denounced anybody at all. They never one day say the black race is this. They never one way say the color race is this or anything like that. Because I call people who have lighter complexion, that kind of the Europeans, I call them colored people, because anytime they cry, you can see their complexion change. Anytime they're angry, you can see their complexion change. The color on their skin change. So they are colored people. And we call black people, but I really say maroon people, right? So mom had straight hair, maroon on her side. Yeah. So mom is my grandmother. My mom is my grandfather's mother. Yes. You can imagine how diverse the world is. Okay, so RJ say I have Egyptian and Sudanese blood in me. That's the African blood. Yes. Sudanese and Egyptian, definitely African blood. And I got English, Portuguese, and some Irish with a dash of Eastern Europe. European. Okay, wow, you mix up and you blend up. And RJ say I have maroon. Yes, because we're all coming from one race, the black race, as we would say. You notice that persons can go from black to, a lighter color, but there's no color that can go to a black, can turn to black, if you understand what I'm saying. And RJ say, on my mother's father's side, he is Jamaican. Okay, on your mother's father's side, he is Jamaican. All right. So you're Jamaican and you're Jamaican. And I like that. So you see, if we check each and every one, we may have a mixture of both, of not both, but many. We may have a mixture of DNA of nearly every race on this earth. Just a mix up and blend up. Remember to give a thumbs up so I know that you were here and you are supporting me. You are a part of this, even if you don't actively participate. I just want to know that you have been here with me. We are almost done. We are almost done. And RJ says, on my mother's mom is Guyanese, hence the Portuguese, yes, and I got native, So from that side, you are native Guyanese, but you mix up and blend up with African, European, all of it. Yes. So you must be a very handsome young man. You mix and blend up with everything. So you must be very handsome. Okay. All right. I don't intend to offend you or anything like that. It's just a compliment. That you have everything in you. And that's wonderful. Even if you don't have everything, you're still wonderful because you're God's creation. You were made in His image, in His likeness. Yes, we are comely made. We are beautiful. It's just that we want to be beautiful also on the inside as well as it is on the outside. Yes. All right. So that was the last one in my hat. Do you still have physical photos or is everything digital right now for you? And I think we have answered that we believe that even though we go digital, we should still have physical photo albums because they also give us a rich heritage, a rich history of how our foreparents look, and it also helps with our identity, knowing who we are. Okay, so that's really it for tonight. I really appreciate the love and the support. Technology has made life easier, but there's something special about old school things. There was an experience behind using DVDs, tapes, and printed photos, but we don't quite get with digital. We don't quite get it, right? With digital. So it's a different feeling and we embrace it, right? Is there something from the past that you wish we still use today? Is there something from the past that you wish we still use today? You can put it in the chat before we go. And okay, I think it's in the chat. Yes, you can let us know. Before I wrap up, I just want to say thank you to Shad. I don't get that. Shad. RJ says, One more thing. Do you think movie theaters are going to go away in the next few years? I don't, because people still like, there's a some eerie thing out, not eerie, there's a something about movies that people like to be in other companies, like how we are here on live. People like to have people around, and they like this big screen. Even though some people can afford, there are still other people who cannot afford to see on a big screen. And then for me, the effect, ooh, that sound that it gives, is so much different if you don't have the sound system at home to get that. To get that. Um, So you can let me know how you feel about that, RJ. And one and only Venus says, like saltfish, it was red and salty. Red? Saltfish? Red? I don't know if it been red. What? I know saltfish, it full of salt and it kind of white. I don't remember the red saltfish. Shad. Let me look up that word. I like to look up what I don't know. Yeah, so shad meaning. Oh, ah, a herring-like fish that spends much of its life in the sea, typically entering rivers to spawn. It is an important food fish in many regions. Herring, yes, I remember herring. It's red and salty. A shad you call it. I learned something new. That's the name. Shad. Yes, shad. Shad. I learned something. Yes, heroin. Yes, I remember it. Yes, then call it red herring. Yes, red herring. I think that's the name that they call it. Yeah, red and salty. That you wish wouldn't go away. Okay. No, you um have rest herring, red herring. Oh, it's different. Okay, let me just look this up. It's always nice to and share different. RJ say, I wish we still use VHS. Those things are still needed. I think so, because people still have their VHS. So it would be good to still have it, because you have persons who may not be able to afford the internet to use, and you have some persons who don't really need the internet, and you have older folks that they want that kind of experience that they were used to, that they don't have now, because some of them can't do the technology that we have now. So that would be really good for it to come back. Maybe it might come back. Yes, just like the violin. That word was just in my mouth. I was talking about it earlier. That big CD that we vinyl that we use. Yes, it can come back, because that is coming back. I'm sure of it. So this one says herring-like fish belonging to the herring family include species like sardines, shad. Oh, and sprat. I love sprat until this day. Yes, I love sprat. Sprat is some baby fish. I wish we still, okay, that was the last thing. So I'm gonna look up shad and see how it looks. So let me find an image of it. Oh, will look like a sprat. I don't know if you're seeing it. That's what they say. You see the hand with the fish? It looks like sprat. Some baby fish. Wow. Yes. I don't know if you remember Dr. Fish, Yannick. I don't know. My sister also named Yannick. Yes, the one and only Venus. So My favorite was the sprat and the doctor fish. When my mom cooked the doctor fish, she would always boil it out first, take out the bone, and then she would put back the flesh into the pot, and then she put her vegetables and stuff to make soup. Woo! Good, good up, 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 good up soup. Fish tea. We call it soup. Fish tea soup. RJ, have you ever experienced that? Fish tea soup? Anybody? Have you ever experienced fish tea soup made with Dr. Fish? Yes, those little purple fish. Yeah, good up soup. The best I've ever had. She's the only one I've ever had it from anyway. But I tell you, really good, really good. You know? Oh, there's something that I want you to listen to before we go. We're talking about um, vintage stuff, right? Long time stuff. So one of the CD that we listened to, I just did a little taping of it to share medicine. I don't know if you can hear. Let me turn this up to see if you can hear. Make your food be your medicine. Can you hear it? Put a yes if you can. Sometimes I feel I would eat a whole heap of clothes and skirts of milk and food. Because remember some nice food and I love to eat. RFM, business. Never eat some tonka meat and red peas, rich with pork and milk and ice storm, steel and and calabash. You remember one Sunday night when they get some people that put on mincy or busy or any one of them things there. Sometimes I'm really miss the food from the granny. Hey, Mama used to put a bake some totally man, and blue jars and cassava dumpling and every Sunday we get sour juice and rice and peas and wake up on the morning with some roasted fruit and green banana. Listen up. Make your fruit be your medicine, and your medicine be your food. Make your food be your medicine, and your medicine be your food. Yeah, but that bush back there, I get a piece of roast jam and sugar, water with lime juice. Yes? Mama put that juicy carrot, make it taste good, no blow, whoa. I'm in sweet time come, and she pull up my plate with that. No matter how hard I communicate, you mind that you're both in a different state. You put a love him, look more. No. You don't see me eat. You ever eat some tofu in a sweet and sour passion from country farmhouse yet? And I told you by lettuce and some munging sprouts. Yeah, man. Sometimes once I run from the mouth, when the remember it's Saturday morning in a gill bird. When we wake up and get a hot bowl of calming porridge and toast like a whole wheat bread. And when evening come, we get lungo pea soup. Full up with apple yam, dasheen, carrot, okra, pumpkin, and 2 hot green pepper. Well, sealed with some skeleton and thyme and 2 better garlics. You ever wake up on Sunday morning? I'm gonna cook a chocolate tea and cabbage and bread and fried dumpling and ackee and with the hot chocolate of can hardly shut them out. When I sip it, but still, sometimes I feel like when I eat a whole heap of blouse and skirt of milk and food. That's why food is such an important command in your life. So you just make your food be your medicine, and your medicine be your food. Make your food be your medicine, and your medicine be your food. Pick up my reference, the old star, I just have the eye. Him talk up the things them. So I am so Canadian that I won't be able to understand these things. I am foreign in my own culture. RJ, I understand. You know, I'm gonna give you a challenge. I'm gonna challenge you to visit Jamaica one day. Yes. And don't just stay in the hotel. If you can go to a Airbnb and able to just mingle amongst, like, go regular, go to the grocery store, and you can go with, say you have a friend or you have friends, I'm challenging you to go and get the Jamaican experience, the Jamaican culture. It's really interesting. When I came up here, I never knew that those things that my mom used to prepare and cook and those things that we normally have in Jamaica, that they were top of top until I got here. Top of top stuff we used to get. Never knew that we were living a rich culture. So I would say, even being here, you can go to Andal. Andal, you have two places that I would love for you to visit. If you say you're in Toronto, right? So I've been to Jamaica once, but it was such a long time ago. I have to go again, specifically Maypen, the town where my dad is from. Okay, I got you. So you were younger then. Now that you're older, you will understand a bit more and have a better um, Eglinton West. Okay, yes. If you, all right, there are two places that I want you to visit to get the Jamaican kind of food, right? You have hold on. I don't remember the place there, but I don't know why. I want to share them with you. Hold on, let me ask my husband. There's two of them. One I think I can tell you because I did a video on one of them. The other one I'm going to do a video soon. So give me a second, let me look. I'm going to look for those. For one of them, I know that. Okay, so this one is jerk and barbecue Avon. Okay, she came up. So one of them is jerk and barbecue Avon, but that is in Mississauga, and that is I don't remember the location. Give me a second to go to the video. It reminds me of Jamaica. You hear what I said? It reminds me of Jamaica. So this one, yes, I'm seeing the information now. So this one is Jerk and Barbecue Haven, located at southeast corner of Eglinton and Confederation Parkway in Mississauga. So I guess if you take the same Eglinton Road, come straight back southeast, you will find them right there at the corner of Eglinton and Confederation Parkway in Mississauga. Their food reminds me of Jamaican food. And then, okay, yes, Danford, they're Chinese based, so they send other things other than it's a grocery store, but it sells other things other than Jamaican stuff. They'll have one and two Jamaican stuff, but most of their stuff are Asian based, right? But I'm talking about cooked food where you can go and get, something already prepared. So you have jerk and barbecue Haven, and then my good friend, I'm trying to remember. I took a picture. Hold on. I may be able to find a picture of might be able to find a picture of it because it's not coming to my mind readily, which it should. I just remember the owner, but I'm not remembering the place itself, and I don't know why. Because we have dined there more than once. It's one of our favorite places. Food is really good. The service is good. The ambiance is good, and all of that. So it's somewhere. I would say if you want to go on a date, yeah, you can go right there, and it's in Toronto area. I think Andel is has fallen asleep. Yeah, it's 10. Yeah, I think probably he's sleeping. But I'm gonna find there. If you want Jamaican products in terms of buying Jamaican goods, then you can go to Nice's Food Mart. So Nice's Food Mart, they're in Brampton, and you can get Caribbean grocery stuff, right? I also did a video on them, but I'm looking for the specific place that I dined. Oh, here it is. I think it's okay here. Okay, let me see. Hold on, it's coming up. Scott Hill. Yes, Scott Hill restaurant. Yes, their meals are good. And if, as I said, if you want to go on a date, yeah, you can go there. We have had the meals there all the time, and the owner is good. You get good service and all of that. These places I'm telling you about, if you want to get good Jamaican, you can start right there. Jamaican culture, you can start right there. You can start at those places, right? But I would encourage you to go back another time to Jamaica. Plan a trip. You can plan it as a group, with other person or persons, with another person or persons, and experience the Jamaican culture because it's so rich. And try and visit local areas. It really, you see people moving around, you see people, enjoying the culture, you get the real thing. But if you stay in the hotel and just, partake of what's there, you're not going to get Jamaican culture. Mm-mm, mm-mm. You're not going to get it. And it's so rich and vibrant and colorful and nice. The beaches are wonderful. You can go into the hills. You can go by the beach. You can go into the town. Yes, it's so nice. All right. Yes, and as I said, I have two of those places in my playlist under business and organizations. You can check them out. And also the next one, I should be there this year, early this year, probably in a few weeks, right? So you can stay tuned to my channel and you will get more. But wow, what a even it has been. Let me know your takeaway. What is that one thing that that you will always remember? For me, is the photos. You just blew my mind, RJ and Yannick, when you talk about your grandparents, great great grandparents, photos. You were able to see that. That's magical. That's so beautiful to know that you can literally see. Yeah. Many times we don't get that. Many times we really don't have that connection. But photos, I remember my mom said that she used to live in Kingston, and when she was moving to come back to the country, her cousin took her album and she did not know, and she never got back that album. And she said she was so slim and beautiful. And Yannick, mommy, she happy bad. Beautiful black woman. As I said, my mom, right here. This is the only long time picture I have of my mom. This is when I was a little girl, little girl, you know. And I think there's another one as well that I may be able to find. But she wish she had it, that we could literally see her how she was back then. So photos for me is my takeaway. And RJ says, Posha, thank you so much for the live stream. One thing for me is the photos and VHS tapes. Those two things make up what I love. I can sense the VHS. And the photos, yes, that's so beautiful what you have shared. Yes. And Yannick and one and only Venus says, UES. Not sure what UES means. Can you give me some more info on that? Yes, and when Yannick shared about her daughter seeing her great grandmother by her father's side, I'm like, wow, those things are priceless. Those things are rare. And I remember my niece, my other niece, that's Yannick's daughter, um, that says, okay, she said yes. Sorry, yes. She said yes. It meant yes. I think she's sharing the same thing as RJ, with the photos. She said that she saw her father's picture, right? Her father passed, and she saw her father's picture. And I can just imagine how wonderful that moment was for her. Those things, people, want to have those things that they can cherish. Do you remember Tire with Mud? Tire with Mud. Yes. I remember um like you mean the play tire that we would use, and we would run it, use a stick and run it, Yannick. Is that what you meant? We use a stick, because with old tires we used to race. Yes, with old tires, for example, tire from the bike, because my father used to own a bike. um yes, and we used to, the one that is not useful anymore, we used to take it and we used to get a stick, and we used to, so you have it and we take the stick and we run it like this. Yeah, we run it. And we race with that. And we used to also do the truck, where we have a little juice box, and we put on orange wheel on it, run a stick through both the box to both ends, and put on small um orange, sour orange onto it to make wheels at the front and back. And we have a string, and we'd use that to race. I remember those days. Those days are nice, yeah? Children used to get out of the house, and they used to, play with each other. Marbles. Yeah, marbles. I don't know if you know that one, RJ. And they used to play marbles and all sort of things, ring games and all sort of things, and have fun. I wish that our children these days will, be able to do that together as a family, as a community, and able to enjoy outdoors activities. Things have changed. Things have definitely changed, but some things still remains the same. And so we can take what has changed and make sure that the next generation coming, it is better for them than it was even for us. We don't want to put them in a place where, things are worse for them. But when we look back at what was, we can appreciate where we are coming from. And some of the things were so useful, while we have upgraded to other ways and other means, some beneficial and some not. But one thing we can see, that change is constant. We're always changing, we're always developing, we're always growing. And so too your mind. So I just want to say your mind is supposed to be upgrading as well. But yet still those values that are good, that are wholesome, that are beneficial to you and the human race should always remain. That those photos that tells you about your history, about where your identity, where you're coming from, and to help you to be a better man or woman for you, for your children, for the next generation. And RJ says, I am too distant from those games, different time period. Yes. Also, did you see the link, the share in the chat? Did you put a link in the chat? Okay, let me see. I'm going back to see if you had put a link in the chat. You can share that link again for me. I'm not seeing a link in the chat, so you could share that link before we go. If you had put the link in the chat. Yes, the great circle of life. So that's it for tonight. I'm just waiting a few more, like a minute or two, for RJ to put a link if one is there. If he, because we're not seeing a link. He said also, did you see the link, the shared in the chat? So I'm just waiting for him to put that link if he is talking about one that he had thought he put. All right. So thank you once more for your support, for being here every Saturday night. I know, RJ, this is your first, and also one and only Venus and the family. And thank you for all those who are new also in joining my life. I really do appreciate it. We start at 8. Sometimes we start late in setting up, but we get on before 8:30 for sure. So here is the link again. Okay, let me check. Okay, it's not there yet. So he's sharing. Oh, the video, copy and paste. Okay. Yes, so copy and paste it in. Copy and paste. I'm not seeing it. If you know, the title is a documentary that he's sharing that we spoke about before. So text in the chat the name of it, and I can write it down. I'll probably just take a snapshot so that we can close. So you can put the name. It's called Black in Latin America, Mexico, and Peru. Okay, great. All right. So it's a video which I'm going to watch in the week coming, and then I'll talk to him about it next Saturday night. Yes, next Saturday night. Okay. All right. And it's by Ari. Okay, Louise Gates. All right, so that is more specific in terms of who it is. So you will know how to. So check that out as well, and we can discuss it next Saturday night. Okay. And thanks again. Thank you so much for being with me. A special thanks to God for guiding this journey. I pray this platform continues to grow and inspire others. And may God bless each and every one of you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time on Saturday Night Live with Posha Malcolm. Good night, everyone. Take care. Love you all. Have a wonderful night. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye, RJ. Bye, one and only Venus and the family. Mikhail, love you, sweetheart. Bye-bye. Take care. All right.